Okay. So we are doing the fourth chapter. We were doing. We talked about circulatory system and then about
Mom, we finished with the excavatory system.
excretory system. Yes, Abraham, say again. We talked about the excretory system. Okay. Then
Mom, now we have to talk about the transportation and the coordinates and endocrine.
yes, we will talk about transportation of substances in plants. Okay. Now, what does this line means? The transportation or the transport of substances in plants. Say, plants are also living organisms. Okay, they need food and water to survive. Okay, they have different parts, and all of those parts they have a requirement of food and water. Okay, so in our body, in humans, the transportation is done by the circulatory system, but in plants, there are two types of tissues which carry the process of transportation of substances. Okay, let's give this a read. Most of the gaseous exchange in plants take place through stomata present on the leaves. Gaseous exchange means the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide happens through stomata that is present in their leaves. Other than this, the cells of roots, stems, etc. directly take oxygen from the air for respiration and release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Plants have vascular tissues for the transport of substances in liquid form. Okay, now when talking about food and water, they have two types of vascular tissues that do this work. Okay, they are known as xylem and phloem. Okay, first is the xylem tissue. In plants, the fibers of the xylem tissue form a paper-like structure, a pipe-like structure from the roots up to the tips of the stem. Its main function is the transport of water to the upper parts of the plant. Okay, whereas the phloem tissue, it is also pipe-like, but its main function is they take food from the leaves and transport it to all parts of the plant. In the leaves, in plants, in the leaves, the food is prepared.
Mummy,
Okay, the
can you
food
come
is
here?
prepared. Then what happens is that the phloem tissue takes that food that's prepared in the leaves and transports it to the rest of the body. Okay, so these are the two main functions of xylem tissue and phloem tissue. Water keeps on evaporating in the form of vapor from the leaves of the plant. This process is called transpiration. The continuous loss of water in the form of vapor creates a continuous pressure, and to fill this gap, water is pulled from the lower parts of the plant, okay, that can be the roots, to its upper part. Okay, so this was about transportation of substances in plants. Now, 4.5 is your homework. Okay, 4.5.
Mom, can you show a video on how this happens? So we can better understand it.
Check on your audio, please. You're not audible at all.
Mom, I said, can you show a video on how we can further understand it?
On what? Xylem and phloem tissues?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can check that out, Abraham. Okay, it's like very relatively simple. So after the class, you can go and check that out. Okay. I'll look up for a link and then I'll post it. Okay. Hello, Anna.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay. Now, 4.11 is the coordination in human body. What does it mean by coordination? Coordination means the when two things work together in two things work together in harmony, okay, in helping each other out, okay, that is basically the coordination, okay. So now the working together, when we talk about our body, the working together of all the organs of the body in a proper manner, okay, when they work together, okay, is known as coordination. Okay, now in coordination, there are two types of systems. Okay, two types of organ systems are there. One is nervous system, and the other one is endocrine system. Okay, we will talk about both of these in detail. First is the nervous system of human body. All the organs and functions of the human body are controlled by nervous system. Nervous system is a system of the nerves, okay, connected together to the brain. They control our movements, okay. They control our sensations, feelings, emotions. All of that part is controlled by the brain, okay. Now, movement is controlled by spinal cord, okay. So, and nerves, the sensation and touch are controlled by the nerves. Okay. So, all of these parts are there of the nervous system. Now, there are three main parts of the nervous system: brain, spinal cord, and nerves, which are formed by these organs by special types of cells. And these cells are called nerve cells. Nerve cells join together to form brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Now, brain. It is a very soft and important part of the body. Okay. It is protected by a box made up of skull bones. Okay, skull. Inside the skull, there is a brain. Now, the thick skin and hair covering the box also protect the brain. The structure of the brain is like a walnut seed. Okay, if you've seen a walnut seed, you can see the rugged area of it. That our brain is also quite similar to it. The function of brain is to think, understand, memorize, intercept the messages from the sense organs, and understand them to make the body perform the proper function, keep the body in balance, and to direct all the body organs to work in coordination. Now, brain does what? It helps in thinking. Okay. When we take a look at something, it helps us to understand that. Okay. It helps us to learn things. It helps us to understand the meaning of something, to intercept the meaning, okay, to decode the meaning from the sense organs, okay, and make the body perform the proper function that needs to be done. Okay. So all these functions are done by the brain. Okay, it also directs the body organs, body parts to work in coordination. Okay, then next is spinal cord. It is a soft and cylindrical pipe-like structure which starts from the hindbrain itself and extends downward to the vertebral column. Okay, hindbrain is the back area of the brain. Okay, the back area of the brain from where the spinal cord starts and extends downwards to the vertebral column. We read about the vertebral column, right? The backbone. Okay, it is protected by the vertebral column itself. It is a link between the brain and the nerves. Okay, some functions of the body are performed by spinal cord itself without the order of the brain. For example, taking hand off a hot griddle after accidentally touching it, or swapping off any insect as soon as it comes before the eyes, etc. Okay, so see what happens is some actions that takes place that require a very quick reaction from us. Okay, like in seconds we react. For example, when we put a hand on, if we just touch a hot vessel by accident, our body's first response is that we just pull our hand out that second itself. Okay, or like an insect comes and the first response is that we just do like this, we swap it away. Okay, in seconds it happens. Okay, we don't like slowly take our hand away. Okay, put our hand for 2 seconds on the hot thing, hot vessel, and then take it away. No, instantly it happens. Okay, now these instant responses, our bodies, these instant reactions are known as reflex actions. Okay, they are called reflex actions. Now what happens is that usually when we are touching something, okay, some hot thing, some cold, like when we are touching anything, feeling anything, the body sends a message to the brain, and then the brain interprets it, and then we get to know what is it. Okay, like what the about the thing that we are touching or feeling. Okay, our brain produces the message, but usually when reflex action happens, there is no time for the brain to, like, for the body to send the message to the brain and then the brain to reply to it, and then we get to know. Okay, that process does not happen because we don't have that much time. But those actions that happen like quickly, very quickly, is just controlled by the spinal cord. Okay, those reflex actions, they just happen. Okay, and it is controlled by the spinal cord. All right. So now the third thing, okay, third thing is nerves. Okay, there are two types of nerves: cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Cranial nerves, which receive the external stimulus through the sense organs and carry it to the brain, and we become aware of the external objects. Okay, they receive the external stimulus through the sense organs and carry it to the brain, and we become aware of the external objects, what something is. Okay, then there are spinal nerves, which arise from the spinal cord and branch out into the whole body. They control the involuntary functions of the body, such as all the reflex actions and all. Okay, things that we seem to do involuntarily. Okay, involuntarily. Reflex action, you have to study separately. Okay, reflex action, you have to study in more detail separately. Let me check out if I've got the notes. Okay, just 1 minute.
Ma'am, can
Yes,
you
Abraham.
show an English diagram for this diagram, ma'am? Because it's very
Yes,
difficult to understand, and I don't understand
no.
what it is.
Yes,
Can you
Abraham will show you an English diagram for reflex action.
No, ma'am. Like, I'm not. And can you also explain the diagram?
Okay, yes, I'll explain the diagram.
Because there's no explanation in the book.
Yes, there is no explanation. That's why I said you will have to do this separately. Okay. I sent it somewhere in the group, but I'll locate it later. I'll just show you from the web. I'm not really finding that diagram. I'll be sharing you a simpler diagram, okay, that is uploaded in the group, but I'll have to look for it once again. Okay. I'll have to look for it once again. Just a second.
Ma'am, do you want to show us a video
For reflex action,
yeah, ma'am.
okay, we can do that. Let's take a look at the example and then we can go through a video as well. On that diagram. Can you see right here at this place? There is receptor, okay, means that the person is touching at a hot vapor, okay, very hot vapor. So there are receptors present in the skin, okay, receptors that will tell you, okay, that will recept the heat or pain, okay. Then through these receptors, the sensation will go, okay. There are motor neurons, okay, that pass them on, okay, to here, the spinal cord, okay. And in the spinal cord, there are relay neurons which will quickly interpret it, and then they pass again through the motor neurons through the effector, that is muscle in arm, and we will get to know that it is like what reaction to do, okay, what response to give to remove our hand, okay. So goes this goes, okay, from the receptors to the sensory neuron to the relay neuron effector and back to our hand, okay. This process is there, and relay neurons are located near the CNS, spinal cord, okay. Then this happens. Now, if you can see forward, there is written message to the brain, okay. Like there is a further pathway, but that is for voluntary actions. That is for voluntary actions. But whereas for involuntary actions, where very quick response is needed, it quickly happens through the spinal cord itself. And this process, it doesn't even take seconds. It just happens in milliseconds. Okay,
Ma'am,
Ibrahim.
so ma'am, so the message to the brain is it just gone to the brain so the brain like can take account of it and recall it if needed?
Yes, Abraham. Okay, because it is connected to the like lower part of the brain, the hindbrain. Okay, and then if it is needed, then the message will travel upward more. Okay, towards the brain, and then take the message to our body back. Okay, some actions we have that much time that brain can send the message. Okay, but for some actions, very quick response is there. Okay, involuntary, very quick response is there. Those are reflex actions, and those are controlled by the spinal cord. Yes, Anna. You can ask your question. We have cranial nerve. What is the other nerve? Okay. The other nerve, Anna, is known as spinal nerve. Okay. It's known as spinal nerve. 1 second. Yes. So, two types of nerves are there, Anna. One is known as cranial nerve, and the other one is known as spinal nerve. Okay. The cranial nerve are the nerves which are responsible to receive external stimulus. Okay, what is external stimulus? External stimulus is our response to external objects. Okay, what we think when we touch an external object, like when I take a book in my hand. Okay, when I take a book in my hand. Okay, suppose it's a book I've read already. So if I've read it already, then I will know if it's good or boring. Okay. So when I take it in my hand, okay, then to for my brain to intercept that this book is good, it happens through cranial nerve. Okay, like external response, my response to that external stimuli. But the spinal nerves, okay, the spinal nerves. Suppose I like, or you can say, yes, that I just touched a hot vessel, okay, a very hot vessel, and I remove my hand exact in that second, like I put and then I just remove, involuntary, okay. That happens in lesser than seconds, okay. Those actions are known as reflex actions, and spinal nerves control those actions that happen involuntarily. Okay, that happen involuntarily. We don't actually do it ourselves, but it is a body's natural response to something. Okay, those actions are controlled by spinal nerves. The diagram that is there is the diagram of a neuron. Okay, that is a diagram of a neuron. All right. Shall I show you this diagram in English? 1 second. Right now, the diagram that I showed you was of reflex action. Okay. And I'll show you the diagram of. Okay, no, it is reflex action diagram only. Okay. Neuron is different. 1 second. Can you see? This is the diagram they are referring to. Okay. Diagram that is being referred to. Neurons are there. Adjacent neuron and motor neurons are there. Okay. Sensory neurons are there. Then synapse is marked. Okay. Skin receptor organ is marked. And muscle effector organ is marked. Okay. This diagram is mentioned. All right. For the reflex arc. Okay. I suggest you go with this diagram. Okay, when you are explaining reflex action. Okay, because reflex arc is not there with us in our syllabus in very detail. Okay, there is nothing mentioned about the reflex arc, its components and all, so you don't have to go through it, in it in very detail right now. Okay, okay, this is in Hindi. You just have to do this diagram, okay? This particular diagram for reflex action, okay? And some theory portion also on reflex action. What is the meaning? Okay, how reflex action works, like the process that I just explained to you. I'll share some notes, okay? I'll share some extra notes for you about reflex action only in the group, okay?
Okay, ma'am, can you do one thing? Like how you used to
Yes,
do, like last year you would take all the extra information that we needed that would be in the test, you would take it and send it to us. Can you do that too, ma'am? Like
yes,
just
Ibrahim.
before the test so that we'll have it.
Yes, yes, sure. I will be sending you all English diagrams, okay, that are there in the test, all of the English diagrams. If there is something extra that you need to study, such as reflex action, very little is there in the book. So we gotta cover it extra, okay? Reflex action extra portion I'll share. How does it happens? Okay. This diagram for reflex action is there that you have to prepare. This too I will share. All right. Next up, we have the endocrine system. Okay. Any questions about the nervous system? Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Understood. Three components are there of nervous system: the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. Okay. Nerves are of two types: spinal nerves and cranial nerves. Brain, you know what is a brain? Okay. What you have to remember the functions of brain. Okay. What functions is the brain responsible for? That you have to remember. Okay. Then spinal cord is there. In under spinal cord, you have to cover up the portion of reflex action. Okay, in detail. A separate question can be asked on reflex action too. Question can be asked collectively. Okay, explain. If the question says that explain the nervous system in detail, you have to explain all three components in detail. Okay, question can be asked on explain spinal cord and how reflex action takes place. So you have to explain what is spinal cord and how reflex action happens. Then question can be asked on uh, what are the two types of nerves and or differentiate between the two types of nerves. Okay, so prepare all of them together and separately. Okay, next part is endocrine system. Endocrine system is a system in our body, okay, that is made up of all the glands. Like under endocrine system we have various glands. What are glands? Glands are some part in our body that secretes some chemical substance called as hormone as and when needed. Okay, different types of glands secrete different hormones. Okay, which helps us in various types of activities, in various types of body functions, basically. Okay, there are a lot of glands such as pituitary gland, thyroid gland, pancreas, adrenal gland, and testis and ovary. Okay, let's talk about, let's give this a read. Apart from the nervous system, our body has some glands which secrete some special types of chemical substances called hormones and add them to the blood. These hormones control the important functions of our body. The main endocrine gland of the human body are pituitary gland. Okay, this is very important. Why? Because this is known as master gland. Okay, it controls all the other glands. Pituitary gland, okay, it's called the master gland because it controls the function working of all the other glands. Okay, it is associated with the brain. This is really a main gland associated with brain and controls the other gland. Okay, the hormones secreted by this gland control the growth of human beings. Okay, the function controls the growth of human beings. Then comes the next one known as thyroid gland. Okay, thyroid gland. This gland situated in the throat produces the thyroid hormone, which controls metabolic activities such as digestion, respiration, etc. of the body. Iodine is necessary for the production of this hormone. Due to the deficiency of this iodine, the thyroid gland increases in size. This disease is known as goiter. Okay. If you've seen in some people or in some photo or video, some people have this neck portion swollen like this. Okay. Neck portion swollen like this. That is known as a disease called as thyroid. Okay, or goiter. Okay, what happens in that disease is the deficiency of iodine in the body happens. Okay, a body lacks iodine, and when a body lacks iodine, it the because the iodine regulates the thyroid gland, and iodine is deficient in our body, the thyroid gland increases in size. Okay, that's what happens, and it leads to a condition known as goiter. Okay, so this is thyroid gland. You can see it's located here. Okay, it's located here, the thyroid gland. Okay, here is the pituitary gland located. Here is the pituitary gland located in our brain. Okay. Then there is another gland called pancreas. Okay, called pancreas. This gland also produces digestive juices as well as hormones. We know that pancreas produces juices which helps for the digestion of food in our stomach. Okay, the insulin hormone secreted by this gland keeps the level of glucose in the blood in control. Okay, the amount of glucose increases in the blood due to the deficiency of this hormone. This disease is called diabetes. Okay, how does diabetes happen? We have heard a lot that diabetes is there. Okay, it is basically, people also say sugar is there, sugar level is high, sugar is there. What happens? Why does this diabetes take place? See, our body, the regulator of this glucose or this sugar in our body is the pancreatic gland. Okay, the pancreas. Okay, so now the pancreas secrete a hormone called insulin. Okay, which keeps the level of sugar or the level of glucose in our blood in control, under control. Okay. Now, what happens is that when we don't have sufficient amount of um, insulin hormone, okay, then the level of glucose when insulin is in lower amount, when insulin hormone is in lower amount or its deficiency is there, then it leads to the um, like the content of the glucose or sugar rises. Okay, because now it cannot be controlled, so it leads to a disease called diabetes. Okay, it leads to a disease called diabetes, a health condition called diabetes. Okay, then we have adrenal gland. They are situated above the kidneys. Okay, they secrete a hormone which regulate the amount of salt in the blood. Okay, salt in the blood. It also control the condition of excitement like anger, stress, etc. Okay, adrenaline, if you've heard. Okay, if you've heard about adrenaline, a hormone that is secreted in us. Okay, responsible responsible when we like fear, when we are in extreme situations like anger also, fear also. In extremities, there is a release of a hormone called adrenaline. Okay, so that is their adrenal gland. Then there is testis and ovary, which produces sex hormones in the males and females. Okay, how The estrogen is produced in the ovaries and testosterone is produced in the testes. Okay, this is for females. Okay, and this is in males. Okay, so these hormones are ultimately responsible for reproduction. Okay, like they help in reproduction, they help in all the like functions related to it. Okay, testis and ovary, they secrete these hormones. Okay, any questions in the endocrine system? Any questions in the endocrine system?
No, ma'am.
Now, this is where ovaries are located. Okay, this is where in the females, and this is where testis is located in the males. Okay, this is the pancreas. Okay, this is the pancreas. This is the thymus. Okay, then other glands are also there. This is known as hypothalamus. Okay, so this is parathyroid gland. I'll share this diagram in English with you all. Don't worry about that. Okay, I'll share this diagram with you all in English. Okay, main thing you have to do is these five glands. Okay, do them thoroughly. Okay, diagram I'll share with you. Okay, also for the homework, complete 4.6. Okay, with this we have finished with the chapter. So you have to do 4.5, 4.6 and all the back exercises of this chapter. Okay, do all the back exercises of this chapter. Finish it up. Okay, and also Anna and Shriyan, I have not received your test papers yet. Okay, math papers. Shriyan, yours both are pending, science and maths. When are you turning it in?
When should I give?
Yes, Shriyan.
When should I give the paper to you?
When should you give the paper to me? Today itself? Can you give today itself?
Okay. Okay, this week, but okay, this week I'll give, ma'am.
No, not this week. Okay, not this week.
Yes,
But highest by tomorrow I want it.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, we have a rule. We have a rule already that when I give test papers, you have to submit them within 24 hours. Okay, within 24 hours.
Yes, ma'am, I'll send it.
Okay, so it has been way beyond 24 hours, and I really want your test papers now. Okay,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have to take them and submit them back to you. Submit latest by maximum by tomorrow. I need both
Yes,
the
ma'am.
papers.
1 minute.
Okay.
What should I do? Just send the question paper to my mother's phone?
Yes, they are in the group. Okay,
What should
your
I
mother.
do? What should I do that in that?
You have to open the test paper, solve it in your notebook, and without looking, okay, solve it in your notebook, and then click pictures of it and send it in the group. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Anna, your science paper I've received, but math paper I have not received yet. When will you be turning that in, Anna? Tomorrow. Yes, max by tomorrow. Okay. I need papers of y'all, Shriyan and Anna, by tomorrow. Okay. Hello, Nathaniel. Good morning. Am I audible?
Ma'am,
Yes, Abraham.
ma'am, I had to take a break from my math paper yesterday because and I had to complete it yesterday. It's because I started my math paper and then I had to go for a class. So I
Okay.
completed the class and after it became a little late and some
Mm-hmm.
people had come and guests had come over, so I did it the next day.
Okay. It's okay, Abraham. That's fine. Okay. But always try to complete it within the 24 hours. For everyone, I'm saying, okay. Do it within the first 24 hours. Okay. If something comes up, then take permission. Okay. Inform me, and I'll give you extra time. Okay. But only after you all inform me. You have to like let me know, ma'am, this came up and that came up. Okay. Then I can extend 1 or 2 days. Okay. Yes, Anna. Go and come
Ma'am,
back.
it was in 24 hours.
Yes, Abraham. Then that's okay. All right. Okay. So what were we doing in maths? If you all want to go and have water, you can just quickly go have water and come back. Okay. I'm giving you all 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, let's begin. Can I have your videos on, please? All of you. Okay. So now, last time in the previous lesson, we saw the properties of rational numbers and whole numbers. Okay. So natural numbers and whole numbers. Now, today, this chapter, we have the properties of integers. Okay, we have the properties of integers that we'll take a look at. Okay, so the first one are the properties of addition. Okay, the properties of addition. Take a look at this example. Take a look at this example. 5 plus minus 8. Can you all give me quick answers when I'm writing the examples? Anyone, if you all the answer clicks, oh, this answer is that.
The answer is -3.
-3, very good. 5 plus minus becomes minus. So 5 minus 8, 3. Bigger number, sign -3. Okay, -3. Take a look at this one. Another example. -6 plus -7. Come on, anyone? Minus 6 plus minus 7.
Is the answer -1?
-1.
No, not minus 1. Okay, any other guess? Look carefully. You have first we do
Wait,
the
is it just 1?
no. It is negative, but there is another number. Minus 13. Okay, the answer is minus 13. How? Minus plus in the center becomes minus. So it becomes minus 6 minus 7. Minus minus are there, so we add. Okay, so 6 plus 7, 13. And 7 is of minus, so we will do minus 13. Understood? Okay, so minus 13. Now, I am adding two positive and negative integers here. Okay, in both the things, I'm adding two positive and negative integers. Okay, so that is my property. Okay, that is my property, which says that if A and B means two numbers are two integers, then when we do A plus B, means when we add them, is also an integer. Okay, is also an integer. Okay, this is a property. Okay. If A and B, like when we're adding two integers, it can be positive negative or negative positive. The answer will always be an integer. It can be a positive integer, it can be a negative integer. Okay, understood? Let me know when you've written it. Videos on, please. Come on. Turn on your videos. I cannot see any of you.
Ma'am, I'm also unable to turn on my video because for some reason the past 7 days, um, my network hasn't been restored.
Okay.
So
And Shriyan?
I think it might be able to come on, I think, tomorrow or day after.
Okay. Okay, Nathaniel. Then writing this property. Have you all written it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shriyan, Anna, done writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then I'm clearing the screen and we will take a look at the next property. Okay. Now, take a look at another example. Okay. Let's check out.
Ma'am, this is the same thing we learned last time, right?
Yes, Abraham, but last time we learned it with natural and whole numbers, this time with rational numbers. Okay. Add this 4 plus minus 5 and add this minus 5 plus 4. Quickly, Arvind, tell me what will be the answer. Um,
The first one will be minus 9, the second one will be minus 1.
First one will be,
Minus 9.
now check again, Abraham.
Ma'am, the first one
Second
is
one,
minus
minus
1.
1.
Yes, first one is -1, second one is also -1. Okay. No, Anna, not -9. See, we evaluate the signs in between. Plus minus is minus. So we have 4 minus 5. Okay, so subtract 5 from 5, subtract 4, it's 1. Put the sign of the bigger number, that is minus. So -1. Okay, -1. Okay. Check out another one. Check out another example. Solve -4 plus -5 and -5 plus -4. No, not yes, -4. What will be the answer?
The first one is -1.
Okay, check again, Shriyan.
Ma'am, you're doing the same mistake. Ma'am,
Sorry.
you're doing the same mistake you did last year.
Mistake. What is it?
Unlike how last year you're calling my Edric me. You're calling Edric Abraham and me Edric. You're calling Nathaniel Shriyan.
Okay. Sorry, Nathaniel. Yes. Check out the answer once again.
Ma'am, I think the first one is -9.
Correct. And the second
And
one?
the second one is also -9.
Very good. That's right. The first one is -9. Yes. Okay. -4 plus -5. So plus minus becomes minus. -4 -5. When we are both in minus, we add. So 5 plus 4, 9. 5 is minus. So sign of the bigger number, 9. Same way in the second one. So this gives us the property. This gives us the property that when A and B are two integers, when A and B are two integers, then A equals to, A plus B will be equal to B plus A. Okay. A plus B equals to B plus A, where A and B are integers. Means that in integers also, when we have positive and negative numbers and we have to do addition, it doesn't matter what order we add. Okay, what order we add. You might think that, okay, normal numbers 2 plus 5 is 7, so I can do 5 plus 2, it will also be 7. But what about negative and positive numbers? When I reverse the order, what if the answer is different? No, the answer remains the same. Okay, with positive and negative integers also, when we are adding, okay, when you reverse the order, the answer remains the same. Understood this property? Please write this down.
Done, ma'am.
Done. See,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
properties,
I'm done.
yeah, okay. The properties are same, okay. Only last time we were working with the two numbers, okay, the natural and whole numbers. This time we are working with integers, okay. Let's take a look at the next one, next property, okay.
Ma'am,
See, yes,
I thought you said rational numbers.
no, natural numbers.
Okay, ma'am. I was wondering why did you say rational numbers?
I said natural numbers, okay. -3 plus -5 plus 4, okay. And another one is -3 plus -5 plus 4. Solve these two and let me know the answer.
Ma'am, is the answer to the first one?
Yes, Nathaniel. First one is
2.
2. No, check again.
Ma'am, -4.
-4, correct.
The second one is also -4.
Yes, second one is also -4. So the first one is -3 plus -5. So first we solve which part? The part which is in the bracket that we solve first. And then we add the remaining portion. Okay. So -3 plus -5 becomes -3 plus -5. Then plus 4. Minus minus is plus. Okay. How much? 5 plus 3, 8. Minus 8 plus 4. Now minus plus is minus. You have to subtract. 8 minus 4 is 4. 8 is negative. Bigger number is negative. So negative sign. Similarly, in the next one, we will do first what is inside the bracket. -3 plus. -5 plus 4. Minus plus is minus. Subtract. Minus plus is minus. Subtract. -1 we will get. Then -3 plus minus is -1. Minus minus is plus. So add them. 3 plus 1, 4. And put the sign of the negative number, that is minus. Okay. -4. So here also I'm getting -4. And here also I'm getting -4, which gives us the property that for any integers a, b, and c, they can be added in any order. Okay. Write it like this. Therefore, a plus b plus c equals to a plus b plus c, where a, b, and c are integers. Okay, understood? We can add them in any order. Okay, like we did, we first added like by grouping. You can group the first two together and then add the third one, or you can add the second and third one together and then add the first one to it. Okay, answer will be the same.
Finish writing, ma'am.
Finish writing? Okay. All of y'all have written?
No, ma'am. I'm
Okay.
still writing.
Writing? Okay.
Then, ma'am, do I have to write the explanation, ma'am, since I got the answer?
Explanation? Yes, Abraham, you have to write the property. Okay.
No, ma'am,
Otherwise, you will be.
no, ma'am, I wrote the property, but under the answer you wrote how to find it. I already got the answer.
Okay. Then you don't
So
have
should
to
I
write
write it?
it. No, not necessary. Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Anna. What about the holidays? What question do you have?
Ma'am, will there be a holiday in May?
Will there be a holiday in May? Abraham, I'll just have to check in with sir. Okay. I'll just have to check in with sir, and then I'll be able to confirm it to you. Okay. Since my final exams for the first year are approaching. Okay. So will I give the holiday before that or during the examination? Okay. I'll have to arrange it according to that. Okay. May it's not there, I think. I think in June I'm having my this thing. In June I'm having final examinations, probably in June. Okay, so accordingly I will discuss it with sir and then finalize. You all can let me know about your plans too. Okay, if there are any vacation plans, any trip plans in the holidays, so we can work something out. Okay. Because VBS has started. Okay, Anna, okay, it has already started your VBS. How many days is it, Anna? Okay, how many days is the VBS, Anna? Okay. So, let me know if what days will you be, if you're unable to attend, just let me know. Okay. And you can watch through YouTube Live. Okay. Watch through YouTube Live and keep up with the classes. Okay.
Ma'am,
Just for the time of VBS. Yes, Abraham.
ma'am, my EVS will also start.
Okay. How long, Abraham?
It's from Thursday to Saturday.
Thursday to Saturday, 3 days.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So if you all need leaves, just text me. Okay. And I will give the leaves to you. But you have to text me the dates. Okay. Text me the dates, exact dates. Okay.
Ma'am, this Thursday.
This Thursday. Okay, Abraham. Okay. Morning you have what timing?
Ma'am, it's from the morning all the way to the afternoon. Yeah, all the way till the afternoon.
Okay.
After
What
lunch
timing?
and then in the
What
morning it
time in the
starts
morning?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Then we can arrange something like you all can take leaves, okay, for the VBS, but not for too prolonged period. If it is there, then just let me know, Anna. We
Ma'am,
have yes,
ma'am,
Anna.
I'm going out of station from 3rd to 8th of May, and
Okay.
then I'm going out of station from 13th to 20th, and then
Okay.
another time for another program we are going at 21st afternoon, and I'm not sure when we'll be back.
Okay. So Anna, just do one thing after the class. Just text me all the dates, okay, and
Yes.
the reasons. And text me the dates and all. Okay, when our official summer breaks will begin, I'll just discuss it with sir and I'll update you.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
I have to discuss it once with sir, and then I'm going to update you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Give me 1 minute. Hello. Yes, all of y'all. I'll update you, okay? I'll be updating you all about the dates for the break. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Any other question? We'll quickly see some more properties of subtraction, okay? We will see some properties of subtraction and then we will wind up. Okay. Now, the properties of subtraction. See, let's take a look at an example. Okay. -4 minus 8. Solve this. Solve this. Minus minus is plus. Add them. 8 plus
Minus
4.
12. Minus 12.
12. 12. Yes. Okay. Minus 12 is what? An integer. Okay. So this gives us the property. This gives us the property that if A and B are two integers, then we subtract A minus B when we do, the answer will also be an integer, is also an integer. Okay. This is the first property. Let's take a look. Don't write right now. Okay. Let's take a look at another question. Okay. When from any integer we subtract 0. Okay, let's take any positive integer, 8. From it we subtract 0. We will get 8 itself. Okay. Yes. A minus 0 equals to A, where please mute yourself. Yes. So A minus 0, when from any integer we subtract 0, we will get that integer itself. Okay, where A is any integer. Okay, this is your second property, where A is any integer. Okay, these are the two major properties of subtraction. Okay, first is when you are subtracting an integer from an integer, the answer will always be an integer. Second property is when you're subtracting 0 from any integer, what you will get is that integer itself. Okay, understood the properties of subtraction? Okay, please write this down now.
Ma'am, we have to still learn multiplication and division with with integers, right?
Yes, Abraham, we will do the properties of multiplication and division in the upcoming lessons.
But ma'am, we also have to learn how to do them with integers.
You have to learn how to start, how to do them with integers. Okay, I will show you all. Okay, like we did in these classes, we learned how to do subtraction and addition. I will do questions with you all on multiplication and division too. Okay, we will practice some questions in class. I'll be giving you all homework as well. Okay, we will learn how to do multiplication division with integers, positive, negative integers. Okay,
Done, ma'am.
done. Okay, all of you written, Shreya and Anna?
No, ma'am.
No? Write it down, please. Shreyan, have you written? I want you all to do for the homework today exercise 2.2, questions 1 to question 3. Okay. Please note the homework. 2.2, question 1 to question 3. 3 questions. Okay. They are from addition and subtraction. Rest of them are rest of them are multiplication and division. So you can leave them for now. Okay. Just do questions 1 to question 3. Written? Anna written? Okay. So I'm stopping it here. Okay. The rest of the portion we will continue tomorrow about the multiplication and division properties, and some questions we'll try out on how to solve multiplication and division questions. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, I finished.
Okay. Bye all of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.
Bye, ma'am.